Hey, Saturday the 22nd. Many times I take a break on the weekends. Kind of feel like just checking in again, saying hello, and sharing a few thoughts, and saying very sincerely, people don't go crazy now. People don't lose your shit. This is stressful. This is not what we want. We want this to be over, and we are looking for any sign that it's over, and we dogpile on it. And that's not really good stress management. Manage your time better if you are at pains to find something to do and all you can do is end up doing Wordle. Then I challenge you to be creative, more creative with your time. I just came back from the store. Like most people, you have to go to the store basically every week, even when you plan well. And of course, masked and everything, socially distanced. But it is my nature. I'm a people person, and I don't use the word empath. People use the word who have no business using it. I let actions do the talking. So that's apparently what I am. I always have been. And I'm very aware of just minor interactions with people. This morning, the ones that I noticed, was very thankful to the lady at the front of the Walmart. I hate going there, but it's a Walmart nation. Very kind to her. Thanked her so much for being there for us. But while shopping, noticed this man and his children shopping, and as I passed by, I noticed the little girl lost in her own world of playing while they're trying to shop, and the boy just looked over at me almost like, oh my, wow, another human being. It's like, again, that's my interpretation of what I saw in his eyes, but it was like, man, he looked like he was like really needing more than what's going on. So I'll mention some music here in a minute. You know me. The people are passing away constantly. It's reality, but again, because of the time in my life and in the time of current popular history, we're losing a lot of really notable people. And the latest person I want to mention has nothing to do with music or entertainment, but I was going to grab the book. I have one of his books. I forget which one. Buddhist monk teacher Thich Hat Hanh passed away. He is someone I want to mention because I don't call myself anything. I align myself with humanity. But there was a time when I was studying Buddhism after I was done with Christianity. I went into Buddhism and Hinduism. And his writing, his example of his life continues to teach me this day. One of the most important things that he is known for is pushing the idea of using mindfulness, which is very powerful and useful. It has a lot to do with what I try to share with you folks regarding understanding that we live in the mind and that is one of our most powerful tools to help ourselves and humanity. And it's been a lifesaver. It's the crux of how I'm able to save myself from emotional turmoil from the world, using mindfulness. Look it up. It has a lot to do with being here now, being in acceptance, moving into gratitude, and just trying to understand, the filter that we all see and live life through. try to wipe it clean a little bit. So with that said, folks, if you're still with me, okay, I'll show a record. I got stuff on my mind this morning. Really enjoyed this last night. I love this band, Supersister, a Dutch band. They get lumped in with Canterbury because they sounded a bit like Soft Machine at first. I don't consider them Canterbury. They're Dutch. Progressive, I guess you could say, because they could write and play, and Robert Jan Stips. Clever with the words as well. I got the blue vinyl reissue. It's a very, very good quality. This album reminds me specifically of the album Mercator Projected by East of Eden. They both have this slightly Eastern, other, we're in the past kind of feel. Like this music is part of it is coming in from, beaming it in from the past, the distant past. Distant past. But you know, something else that's been on my mind is how words and language is really very much like a virus. And that we live through our own minds, and so therefore people do put labels on everything. Some of it is necessary. Unfortunately, a lot of it is limiting and damaging. And I just want to just again state for the record and talk about it for a second, is that I refuse to label myself. You and others may label me because of your filter, but I am not left. And I am not right. And I am thoroughly perplexed how intelligent people can somehow equate humane concerns with being left. Please explain that to me. What is left about wanting what is best for everyone? See, I don't understand how, especially folks who claim to be right-wing, will yell and scream about all this stuff that they don't like and they don't want these people and they don't want them to have that. And I'm not saying any of that. All the things I'm saying includes them. I want what's best for them. This invisible line that is just really being driven deeper and deeper into the it's just insane. I'm not left because, again, when you go left or right, you're in distortion. Okay? And I'm not perfect, but what I'm saying is, and again, I don't understand why this can't be more of a position that we're pushing for, which is, it's not middle of the road. That's not what I'm saying. Let's be more clear, because that still can be politically, everything can be politically loaded. But when you try to get it down to the bottom line, which is we're trying to talk about human survival on the planet. That talks about needs, not wants and desires. That's the fundamental basis of my stance in this world and my values, which is all I want is what's best for as many people as possible. And playing the left-right game is we're all losing. How can you think in a realistic way that somehow left or right could ever win? How could that be? What kind of madness would that be? We're just headed towards a cliff. You know, the whole scenario is just continually pushing people over the cliff of being able to just survive and live. It's just insane to me, and I have to speak it so that I don't go crazy. Okay? That's really what this is about. I'm saying what I see, and it's like, Jesus, this ain't gonna let up, is it? It's not gonna get any better, is it? No, it's not. So I am not left, and I am not right. And if you're one of those folks who has to define me as such, that's your problem. and that's your limitation. Take another look at it. I listened to side one of this last night. I love the movie. I'm not big on movies. Every now and then I'll get in the mood, but Death Wish was a good movie at the time it came out, but the soundtrack was really helped to define the mood of the movie. Bronson was excellent in his role, but Herbie Hancock is the man. It's a great album. That's what I listened to last night. And to be honest, I listened to, because I got it, I'm listening to Bowie's Low probably more than I've ever listened to it since owning a copy. I really like that album. Okay, so I'm going to do a two-parter on this because this is my first impression, and I'll come back to it later. I received the second release by Harriet, Riley, and Alex Garden. This is Sonder 2. Now, this is my first impression. I want to go ahead and give it because it's good. And so these folks can have some attention. This is a duet. This is their second CD that they've sent me. I haven't gone deeply into this, but I can tell you that this is, number one, it's healthy. Number two, I can hear some sort of simpatico between these people when they play. There's energy coming off of this, and it's good. There is an aspect of, when I listen to this right away, that it sounds like there's folk roots, possibly Celtic, okay? But it's played with such vim and vigor that I think this can appeal to people who like progressive rock music, as well as people who like jazz. I'd say this is more like what I would like to have heard from Windham Hill. This is more substantive, and that's just my first impression of this second CD. They sent me the first one, and I couldn't dig it up. I have different boxes around here of stuff I have to dig up. First impression, Sonder 2. This is a winner. Find out about it, all right? Do. Find out about it. Take care of yourself, folks. Don't go crazy. And be kind to yourself, because that's where the kindness comes from. It comes from within, and it radiates out. It's not the opposite. We have our part to do. Folks that are waiting for somebody else be nice to me, somebody else tell me that I'm okay, you're just holding the train up. Do your part.